My name is Chrissy Houlahan, and I'm running for Congress in the 6th Congressional District in Pennsylvania. I was the daughter of a naval officer, a naval aviator, so I grew up in a military family. I decided to go to school and major in engineering, decided to get an ROTC scholarship to make sure that I would be able to be a pilot in the military when I came out the back end. I went to be an engineer up at Hanscom Air Force Base in Boston, and I got to work on some amazing programs and projects up there. My father is an immigrant and came to this country with nothing, and the only thing that he taught us was the most important thing that we could ever have was an education, because they just absolutely couldn't take that away from you. I don't think that the issues are too terribly different now than they were when I was a kid. It is incredibly expensive to get an education and to get a good education, and it's a really important issue that I wrestled with my own daughters just a few years ago. So my entire life I've lived in a predominantly male-dominated environment. As a high schooler, I was one of only a couple of girls in my physics and calculus classes. In college, I was one of only 10 women in my engineering major. Having left college, I had the opportunity to join the military, which is of course the ultimate boys' club in many ways and still is. And following that, subsequently had the chance to join some friends in, of all things, a basketball, apparel, and footwear company, which by its very nature tends to be more male-dominated than many other industries. And I feel as though that uniquely prepares me for the opportunity to join Congress. I don't know if people know this, but there are exactly no women in Congress right now from Pennsylvania. We are the largest congressional district delegation that has no women presently, and I hope to become the first one soon. I literally never expected to be running for office, certainly not for Congress, and I was motivated by a lot of events following the most recent election. It is something that really alarms me when I see things like our education system under attack. It really alarms me when I see things like truth and science under attack. And I think these are two things that our current administration is undoing as we watch, and I'm really very concerned about that. It's one of the things I hope when I go to Congress to be able to fight. I believe that we are severely underrepresented in Congress, not just as women as a population, but also frankly as scientists and engineers. There are very, very few scientists and engineers involved in government at the highest levels, and similarly there are very, very few educators involved in government at the highest levels. Our nation is threatened in a way that I have never seen in the 50 years that I've been on this planet. And I'm deeply worried about our country. But what gives me amazing hope and energy and gets me up every day is the response that I've seen on behalf of all of our citizens, and the passion with which we're approaching the fight for the very essence of what makes us Americans. And I am incredibly hopeful. I'm incredibly energized and excited about the opportunities to continue to fight for the things that we hold most dear.